I tried to record this voiceover many times. So I took a small break and now we are back to recording again. Hopefully this is the time around that I will get it right. Anyway, we are back with my lovely Yeti microphone that wasn't working last time when I was trying to record. I think I mentioned it was probably like the connecting thing because I have a newer MacBook and it only takes USB-C ports, and my mic has a USB port, like most things. Anyway, let's get into the speed paint. Today we're just painting. We're mainly rendering some a Romelle piece that I was working on during a small Discord stream with my friend. I was just trying to test like the streams because OBS has been a little off for me on both of my computers, my PC and my Mac. There's always like something that's not working. Anyway, yeah, we're just working on Romelle. But I kind of wanted to talk, since we are working on a Voltron piece, about my thoughts about Voltron. I don't know if I've talked about it. I probably mentioned briefly, but I kind of wanted to go a little deeper into how I felt about Season 8. Because I feel like that was the season that made everyone like, what did you do? Can you redo that? I know there are those like fake rumors going around for a season 9 coming out in December of this year. Obviously that's not going to happen, but it would be really nice if it actually was happening. But I know that like that that obviously can't happen right now. 9 seasons of Voltron, unless they just do a reboot of Voltron all over again, I don't think we're gonna get a fix for what happened. I think they realized that they made a lot of mistakes and that they rushed it. But you know what? It's whatever. Okay, it's over. We're done with. Time for the next Voltron reboot in a couple of years, right? Anyway, I wanted to talk about how obviously I felt about Season 8. For starter, I didn't care for Lawrence. I'm just gonna say that right now. I didn't care. Alright? I didn't really care about the ships part of Voltron. It was like a main factor. Like, I draw a lot of clans because I just like them, but I didn't care if anything became canon in the show. Like, I was like kind of hoping they were just gonna leave relationships out of it. It's the final season, so like what is the point of putting a relationship in a show that's obviously ending in a couple of episodes? So it just didn't make any sense to the storyline in general. I felt like they kind of took Lance's character and shrunk him down to only being Alora's boyfriend, and I think that was a huge mistake in his character development in general. For example, during the episode where they were in Minerva's mind and they were fighting the paladins of old, each of the other paladins got like a really nice, compliment from them, like, I can see how strong you are, or like you're brave, or like whatever. And then when it comes to King Alfor saying something about Lance, he pretty much said that I could feel your love for my daughter. And I'm like, that's not the point. Like, what? Lance never uses his, like, broadsword, ever. But, like, he used it in that fight, and, like, he was actually really good at using, a close combat, like, weapon when he's a long range. He's used to, like, long range fighting. And I thought that was kind of impressive that he was, holding his own. And for King Alfor to just dwindle him down to only being Alora's boyfriend and his love for Alora kind of made me upset. Like, we took this fun, goofy character from the beginning of the series, and we could have still kept that with maturing Lance as well. Like, he could have matured and still been that, like, comedy relief of, like, the group. But no, we had to dwindle him down to a little depressed, Alora simping character. And that's why I think that we shouldn't have had any ships in that final season at all. Instead of, having Lance and Alora go on a date, maybe the Paladins could have, spent their last day on Earth together and reminisced about their times and just kind of bonded more than what we originally see them do. We don't really see Keith bond with Alora too much, to like the eyes of people who only watch like the show and not really in the comics, even though it doesn't really show in the comics either. But like Alora and Keith don't really have that big of a relationship. Like you never really see them have an episode together. Like you see him have an episode with Hunk and his like relationship with Hunk, and you see him bond with Lance and like his relationship with Lance. Keith also doesn't like show any like bonding with Pidge. They never really had an episode together where they had to do things like together. They did in, what was it, season 7, I think. They infiltrated that like Galra base on Earth to find out that it was the Zyforge cannon. But other than that, I don't think there were any other like big experiences that happened. But that is like the only time you can see that Pidge and Keith have any type of relationship. Also, the fact that like it doesn't make sense because we also see, Alora and Lotor like kiss in, what was that, season 6, and it just doesn't really make sense for her to, all of a sudden have these feelings for Lance just because he like saved her and she was like, oh, Lance, but like she still chose Lotor after that. So that's kind of where I'm confused with why they decided that was a good idea to put in. It's like, it also, if you're going to do like a ship that's not like, representing for, the LGBT community, and you don't want to put Clance in there because you're scared, then just, you could, not put a ship in or stick to the original as well and have Kalora. But again, Keith and Alora had no relationship at all. So that was kind of sad to see just like their character arcs individually and like the communication between like all of them. It just felt not bond worthy. Anyway, let's talk about the writing real quick. The other seasons were fine. It was just the final season was really rushed. Episodes like 9 through 13, I felt like nothing really made sense. This is kind of, I think it's like after the Clear Day episode, everything kind of just starts to spiral out of control, and I don't understand what's really going on. Even watching it like over again, I was kind of lost. Like, it made sense, but in the way that it shouldn't, Also, the episode where with the White Lion and Nerva, what was that? I think it was like episode 6 or something. I have my notes right here. I can't find it, but yeah, episode 6, Genesis. It was kind of, it's not really random, but I feel like they came face to face with the Nerva. Like, they're like, okay, like, this is her. Like, this is what we're doing. But, like, it wasn't like when Keith faced Zarkon that first time. It, like, where they're like, oh, he's too strong. They know how strong she is. They know, like, what she's doing. Kind of. They don't know why she's doing the things that she's doing. And I think it should have just been kind of tweaked a little to figure out, I'm sorry, my neighbors are like doing something on their lawn and I'm very distracted by them. But, I don't know. I didn't really care for that episode. I felt like it didn't really make sense. Just like the other episodes. 9 through 13, I don't really have a list in front of me of what the episodes were for 9 through 13, but pretty much, they go into a nervous mind. They find out what she's, like, doing, because Allura has the entity. I think it would have been a really interesting twist. Now, this would have taken more seasons, which I wouldn't have minded, but, like, they didn't have that. But if Allura was, like, infected by the dark entity that she took in, that would have been kind of an interesting twist to see kind of a more evil, like, Allura, quote-unquote. Like, I feel like that would have been a lot more intense than anything. It would have added more things that just didn't make sense, but I feel like they could have done it in a way where that made sense. I don't know, that's just one of my theories that could have happened. But yeah, I also think that I don't know, Lance was very upset with Allura when he realized that she took in the dark entity, and he kind of expressed that, but everyone was like, no, we're doing this, like, your feelings don't matter or whatever. And, like, I understand that, but he saw everyone, like, side with Allura, and he was like, well, I guess I have to. So there's that. I don't know. I also don't think that Allura should have died at the end. I think they could have, sacrificed the lions, maybe. Like, sacrifice Voltron, because Voltron has, like, the power and magic within to fix the universes. I don't think Allura really needed to sacrifice herself. Also, Lance, why does he have Eltane marks now? That's just weird, and it doesn't make sense. And if you're not going to do anything after, that episode, why? Just why? Why are you doing this? But yeah, those are my little, like, comments about season 8. That's how I felt, and that is how I will probably always feel, unless it is fixed, tweaked, or something comes out. I was hoping that they were going to continue the comics and maybe try and fix something, but they just decided not to continue the comics, which is really sad, because I really do like the comics even better than the actual show. It's funnier, and it's more like you see their personalities more. But anyway, we are coming up to the end of this speed paint, and I hope you enjoyed my little rage rant about season 8. Yeah, if you have any more comments about how you felt during this time, we've had some time to process what happened. I don't think that I processed anything yet. I'm still thinking about that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will try to upload more and just try and do more things other than speed paints. It's just easier for me to do speed paints right now, especially since I'm going to be away from my studio for yet another month. But I will try to get some stuff uploaded. Anyway, have a lovely day, guys. Bye.